Okay. Sorry we got disconnected. I don't know what happened, but that's technology. But where we ended up talking about was the scholarships and that if you were a homeowner, it was could be afforded to you, and it was a program that I guess it lasted for about 9 years, and you're not sure really how long it's going to continue. How long do you think? I mean, is it in jeopardy for funding or
Not
something?
currently. I mean, with the way, but all I can say is the way the economy is, and things from day to day, you never know. But we were able to fund it for this year, so we're coming into another fiscal cycle in terms of budgeting. So the budget hasn't been presented to us thus far from the administration, but I would hope the program remains intact, but how long the city will be able to fund it, I have no idea.
Okay, okay. And what now? At one point, it was just Hammond High and Hammond Tech, and I think what Tech now is some educational center.
Right, it's a vocational center currently.
Okay, vocational center, and that's not with. Can you or can you not be eligible for a 4-year high school diploma in
Through the
in that particular
vocational
school?
college, yes, yeah.
Yes,
Vocational
you
school,
can.
yeah, you can.
Okay, and so is there a what's the rate of, or if you know it, the rate of dropout, and then the rate of people
Now
actually
that I
going to
can't
college?
answer for you. I have no idea.
Okay.
From
But
there,
is
I
there a
have.
significant number of people going to college from Hammond High?
I think so. Quite a few.
Okay.
Not as many as I would like to see, but I mean, certainly I can get those numbers and get back with you, though.
Okay. Well, I mean, if these programs that offer scholarships to the students of Hammond, Indiana, are actually, in fact, graduating at great numbers or significant numbers, then any scholarship is good.
Right.
You know,
Any resources that are available is good if you can, if they're available to you and you can utilize them.
exactly. You
Yeah.
qualified, it's all good. Right. So, and in terms of those internships too, because I know some people may not be, some people don't know what they want to do after they get out of high school.
True.
And they can go to college, but, you could be undeclared at one point. But then I think that the internships really help you kind of zero in on something that you may or may not like and expose the students to just different things.
Right.
And I'm hoping that if when people hear this too, if they're business owners, they would extend that internships. As a matter of fact, we're going to have a page on there on the site for internships, and so business owners can actually sign up for that, and with X amount of slots available for intern. And some interns are paid internships, and some are non-paid internships, but all of it is good. So because it exposes the kids. Okay, so now you're the first black councilman.
No, I'm not the first black one, but I've been on the council this is my fourth term. I've been on the council for 12 years. The first African-American councilman was Reverend Parrish.
Oh, Reverend Parrish, John Parrish. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Now, are we cultivating any more political figures in Hammond who
Unfortunately, it hasn't taken place thus far. I would hope to see at some point that more African Americans are elected to the council in the city of Hammond. It seems as though only one seat has been maintained for a number of years in regards to African Americans. But I would like to see an African American elected at large and possibly become mayor one day.
Okay. And so in terms of, I know the police department, we have a, was it assistant chief or chief?
Assistant chief.
Assistant chief. Okay, African American.
Right.
And and throughout the years, I remember the Ronnie Rowe was the first African American, and then Paul Walker, and then it went on to
Newman
what's her name?
Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Newman Jones was also one of the first African Americans.
Okay. And wasn't there Gloria?
Gloria Mitchell, she was the first female African American.
Gloria Mitchell. Okay. Okay. And so all those first, do you remember any other first? We want to kind of spotlight some of the trailblazers of East Hammond who were people of color in various areas. Do you remember any other first?
First what?
First anything. First African American to break that barrier to become the first in any profession. In
I cannot recall off the top of my head, to be honest with you. No.
Okay. Okay. And we'll find that out. That information. It's not secret. It's people know it. So. Right. Now, can you remember any people that went on to national prominence that done stuff on a national level?
Roland Parrish, he currently owns a number of McDonald's in Dallas, which was his father was was the first African American councilman in the city of Hammond, and also Calvin Pendleton, who currently owns a number of. He went to Purdue Lafayette and graduated from Hammond High School, and currently owns a number of funeral homes across the country. And I think he sits on the board of directors for Purdue, and he also sits on the board of directors for Popeye's Chicken, I think. Those are some people that I can identify. Also, I think you have Jeff Morrow, who's very successful. He sings jingles for a number of companies, and like Freeway, calling from Illinois, Bill. I think that was one of the commercials he's done, and he does that on the regular. Okay. And then you have Gerard McClendon, who currently he was on the news, and I forgot what channel off the top of my head, but he was. I don't know if it was. I've seen him on The View, of course, but he's been on a number of stations as well. So those are
and I would say that I think he might be the first African American to win an Emmy from Hammond.
Is that right?
I think it is. I will check that, okay. But I don't know of any other person who has won an Emmy. So
right
from Hammond.
Me either. I didn't know he won an Emmy, but I know he's been quite successful in regards to being on the news and as a news reporter and that type of thing.
Yes, he's been very, very active, and so those are good ones. And I actually did get a chance to interview Jeff Morrow, and he gave me some great information. Okay. So, and if there's any other of those first, feel free to just hit me a text or something. Just say, hey.
Will do. And any other research that I can get, again, I can tell you some of the first. I have it, but I just have to dig it up. I got it somewhere stored, and I'll try to get the information to you as quickly as possible as well.
Okay. So, lastly, are there any stories or anything that I guess spending time in Hammond, anything that makes you smile and glad that you grew up in Hammond, anything that just brings a smile to your face?
What brings a smile to my face? The fact that I have the ability, as being an African American councilman, currently sitting in the city that I grew up in, and representing the people that I love so much, the city that I love so much, and the fact of just seeing the kids when I do my annual events here in the park, the 3-on-3 when I give away bicycles, and kids that probably wouldn't normally have an opportunity to get a bike, get an opportunity to win a bike, and it costs them nothing. Just show up, get a raffle ticket, we call your number, You ride out with a bike. What puts a
Mm.
smile on my face again is the fact of being able to go to some people within my community, within my city, who are so gracious enough to give me the resources that I need to assist those that are in need. Um, Again, another thing that puts a smile on my face, the fact of being able to do a back-to-school drive annually for 15 years. This will be the 15th annual on August 13th, 2016, where the
Mhm.
kids are able to come and get backpacks and school supplies. Those kids that may not have those resources had not we provided them for them. That's what puts a smile on my face and makes me extremely happy, knowing that those kids are able to go start their first day of class, not being stressed and worrying whether or not they have pencil and paper and backpacks and that type of thing. So
That's excellent. That's excellent, and it's we need people like you who trumpet our issues and concerns and just make us better as a community.
well, that's
And
what it's about. It's about reaching out, and if you
mhm.
help one, show one, then they'll be able to hopefully utilize what you've shown them and spread it abroad. And hopefully um, God has allowed me to be in a position to help. And so that's what it's about. I ran for office because I wanted to make a difference and um, to show those individuals that may not have the resources, or may not have hope, that there is a brighter light on the other side of the tunnel.
Okay. Now, do you think Hammond now is a better place because of that, or is
Of
it
course,
going in the
there
direction?
are still a lot of work to be done here in the city of Hammond in regards to diversity, in regards
Hmm.
to addressing uh, and making the makeup of which Hammond represents across the board. Yeah, we're proud to know that we have an African American assistant chief, but there are other areas that certainly can be touched in regards
Hmm.
to having African Americans placed in position of authority, where it's shown that everybody's a part and everybody has a seat at the table. That's what's important.
Okay. And this is well, a pressing question that I wanted to ask you. I thought about it. You just reminded me to ask this. But where Hammond used to be, which was this Mayberry RFD kind of, everybody knew one another and
Hmm.
everybody was for one another. It takes a village. That whole concept to where it is now. Sometimes we have a number of people who hadn't grown up in Hammond, but maybe moved to Hammond from Chicago and this, that, and the other, and have brought sort of some mentalities of maybe a larger metropolitan city and some of the methodologies that they might do things that are maybe counter small city kind of thing. How do we get those people who have moved in to kind of adopt the old school Hammond philosophies and ways of doing things so that we're all looked at as one community, and so that young kid walking down the street who didn't really know you, didn't go to Mount Zion, didn't go to St. James or Mount James or any place that you knew, how do they become indoctrinated into the old Hammond society? Is there anything that we can do to make it all one community instead of those new people moved in against the old people who are here?
Well, we certainly don't want to exclude anyone. Everybody's a part of the community. All you can do is basically reach out to those individuals and let them know that they're a part of the community, and let them know that they're welcome. And we certainly want them to be a part of the community and do what's best for the entire city. So by
Hmm.
doing that, simply by just saying hello and getting to know your neighbor is important. It's always important to know who lives next door to you, and you know who's pulling up next door and who's on the next block and that type of thing. And once you learn to associate yourself with your neighbors, then it makes the community stronger. And then next thing you know, you're having a block party, and that block party can turn into a picnic, and that picnic can turn into a whole community event. So it takes everybody's efforts to reach out to one another and just show that they're concerned.
Yes, I agree with you 100%, and even the fact that you named all your neighbors in both homes that you lived in, from elementary school all the way to high school or now, it's refreshing that people know who their neighbors were. It's actually a criteria for a better place to live, is to know your neighbors. So, and you hit it right on the head when you said that. So, but I want to actually thank you for talking with me, and the purpose of this is to transcribe it and have it live in the Hammond Public Library for the people who read, and for the people who may not read as much, to get this audio file and to have it available to people as well. So when they see your name, they just punch it up. And we're kind of looking into certain things like kiosk and this, that, and the other, which will take a significant funds. But, you know, we don't look at something that is insurmountable. We just say, okay, well, we need grants too. So we'll make it happen, though. And because 50, 60 years from now, when, you know, I'm gone or whatever, and you're gone, this will be researchable, and we'll know that Hammond had these citizens, and it used to be this particular place, and that we existed and we're here. So, but thank you very much.
Thank you, and any other information and resources that I come across, I will certainly share with you, and you're always welcome to give me a call back if you have any other questions or concerns as well.
Thank you very much. Oh, and before I leave, I just want to get your email address.
Email, I only have one at work. Currently my computer at home is not working, but as soon as I get that up and running, I will call you back and get it to you.
Okay. Okay, cool.
But you're always welcome to call my office, and my secretary is Debbie Jimenez at 219-853-6404, and she can certainly give you that information, the email for the office. Okay?
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Sure, bye-bye.